Here's the OHS media team with the spring sports preview. First off, we have Brandon Merriman with Coach Callaway, the head boys track coach.
I'm Brandon Merriman, and I'm here with the head boys track coach, Mr. Callaway. With this being your first year of being the head high school coach at Onega, is there any new theories you have been teaching?
We've been trying to go back and try to teach some more fundamental stuff on running, correct some form, work on some of that stuff early on in the season. Some of that stuff's basic to getting good times and improving over there. And, that's what we've been trying to focus on early. Most of the kids have been doing kind of the same work right now. We get further into the season, we'll start individualizing a little more as far as distance runners, sprinters, and some of that stuff. But, main thing has been focused on form running type stuff right now.
All right, and what type of background do you have in track?
I was track all the way through high school, junior high, and then when I got into teaching, I started coaching track down at Ashland. I was assistant high school for all 3 years I was down there, and then the last 2 years I was down there, along with being assistant high school coach, I was the head junior high coach. We down there had practice for the junior high during the school day, the last hour of the day, so from 2:45 to 5:30, 5:45 every evening I was doing track. So that was a busy time. I think we had anywhere from 17 to 18 track meets I was at for 2 springs there, so that got kind of busy. And then this last year I helped with Mrs. Souther with the junior high here. So I've been coaching, this will be my 5th year of coaching track at the school level.
All right, and how many athletes do you have out for track?
Currently we have 13 boys out. Pretty good mix as far as grades. No one grade has a whole lot more than the others. Off the top of my head, I can't give you the breakdown, but I think the most we have in any single class is 5. So it's fairly evenly spread out. Of course, you'd like to see the numbers a little higher, but it's a fairly good number for a small school.
What does your practice schedule consist of?
We go down there, roughly 3:40, 3:45 to the track when the school gets out. And for the first 20, 25 minutes is a warm-up, stretch, form running routine. It's a little more than some of them are kind of used to. But I coach Sperber and myself both believe that's fundamental to improving times is getting that form down. And then we'll get into our workout, and depending on the day of the week and where it is as far as in relationship to a meet, we'll have a running workout that'll last 20 to 30 minutes, and then we'll let the kids go do their field events. There occasionally we'll switch that up where the kids can do the field events first to do that when they're kind of fresh and not doing them running. But it just kind of depends on the day of the week and how things are in relationship to a track meet that week.
All right, and what do you feel like your strongest event is as a team?
Right now, it's before you get to a track meet, you kind of have opinions, but once you get into it, you'll know better. But I think we can have, a couple good shot putters, couple good javelin throwers, and then I think we'll have some strong relay teams. You never know going in, how it will be in relationship to the schools in your area. You can compare times last year, but things change a lot from year to year depending on who graduates, who goes out and stuff. But right now I think we've got some strong field event people, and then a couple strong relay teams that will be in there. And then we'll have a couple distance runners. I think will compete throughout the year to bring home some medals and stuff.
All right, and what is your goal for the track team this year?
Track's more of an individual sport, so realistically, my goal is every track meet that each athlete improves on their time. You'd like to say you'd like to have everybody place in a meet and all that, but I think you're starting to work towards unrealized goals if you get to that. So, track meet number 1, that time, you would like to see be your slowest time or your shortest throw of the year. And, as the season goes along, you gradually increase or improve that time or that distance on a throw or whatever throughout the course of the year. And that's what I'd like to see. Of course, then we'd like to, get several athletes to be able to make it to Wichita to the state track meet. But really, to have each kid improve is what I'd like to see.
All right, well, thank you and good luck on the season.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you for that interview. Next off, we have Austin Kreitzer with Mr. Behrens, the head golf coach.
I'm Austin Kreitzer. I'm with Mr. Behrens, the head high school golf coach, and I'm going to ask him a few questions just to see what we can expect out of the season. Well, first off, what skills must you possess to be able to participate in golf?
Well, coordination is probably the most important thing. To be able to hit the ball consistently. You don't need a lot of speed and a lot of strength, but I think coordination, if you have that, you can play.
And what is a standard golf meet?
For most golf meets, you play 18 holes and they'll pair you up with 3 other golfers from other schools, and just go off and play.
And how long have you coached golf, and why do you continue to do so?
I've coached for 11 years. This is my 11th year, and golf is it's a lot of fun. It's relaxing. There's not a whole lot of pressure, and I think the kids enjoy it.
And what's your overall goal for your team this season?
Same as every year. Want to do well at league and want to qualify for state, and we kind of set that as our goal every single year.
And what would you say to students to encourage them to try out golf?
I think there's not a lot of pressure. You're able to play, and it's a lot of fun, and you learn a skill that you're going to be able to use for the rest of your life.
Well, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good season.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for that interview. Next off, we have myself with Coach Sperber, the head girls track coach. Lee Willard with the OHS media team, and here with me today is Coach Sperber. How are track practices going?
So far, fairly well. We've had some ups and downs with the weather, and I mean, it's Kansas, so you can't determine what the weather's going to do, so we've had some inside practices. Those are always tough because, well, you don't run track inside. So, but otherwise, they're going very well.
How would you work to improve practices?
As a coach, I feel like I can do research on my part, but to help the athletes, but also just have the athletes help challenge each other when they're running.
What do you expect out of the team this year?
What any coach expects, a successful season. I want the athletes to get better. I want them to get stronger, faster, quicker. I want them to be challenged. I want them to feel like it's tough, but to also know that they have a strong support system behind them and to feel like that they can be great.
Do you think that the team will be ready for their first track meet?
I don't feel like any team is truly ready for their first track meet or their first event but I mean, we're going to be as ready as we possibly can be. It's just a matter of getting out there and trying hard and doing the best you can.
All right, well, thank you for your time and have a great season.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that interview. Next off, we have Eli Green with Coach Souther, the head junior high track coach.
I'm here with Coach Souther, our junior high track coach, and we're going to ask her a few questions. So, Mrs. Souther, how have track practices gone so far in the start of the new season?
The season started off, weather was pretty nice. We had some days when it was up in the 60s, so we got quite a bit done on those days. Now, the past couple of weeks, this week was some rain. It's been a little more difficult with practice, but the athletes have done well. They continue to work hard, and we've been outside every day, so it's going well.
So, as the track coach, what type of events do you train most for?
My role as the head coach, as I look at my assistant coaches and I ask them what their strengths are and what areas that they feel most comfortable in coaching, and then we divvy out. I have 2 new assistant coaches this year, Coach Dahlman and Coach Ames with me, and so my role this year, the key field events that I'll be doing will be the long jump and high jump and pole vault, if we have any pole vaulters. And then the other 2 coaches will kind of take care of the other events. The workouts each night, I work those up, and we divide up, and we rotate around through all the athletes, so everybody gets to have an opportunity to work with each athlete.
So, what style of coaching do you use the most?
Well, a lot of what I just said carries over into the way I coach. I utilize my assistant coaches quite a bit, and maybe more than what I should. They're good. They work hard for me. They stay as late as I do. And so we kind of share out the responsibilities for each practice and the responsibilities for working with each athlete. So it's more of a cooperative coaching, I think, which I have found to be the most effective.
So who are your assistant coaches?
My coaches are Coach Dahlman. She was my assistant coach for basketball, and she's our 4th grade elementary teacher. And then the next one is a Garrett Ames. He was a former athlete in high school last year, and I coached him in junior high. He brings a lot to track in regards to his love is hurdles. So he has worked very well with the students that are working on that aspect of the track.
How well do you think the individual athletes have improved?
You know, it's a pleasure to watch athletes as they move from 7th grade to 8th grade, and even as they move into high school, to see the maturity level. My 8th graders are running more confident. Of course, they're stronger, they're bigger, and they've had 1 year under their belt. 7th grader are doing well, and we have 6th graders that are up there. So as a whole, they really are running better. I think their form is better. And track is one of those sports that it's too bad that it's not offered earlier in the year, because I think we work hard on technique, which would help them in a lot of their other sports that they do in high school.
Well, thanks for your time and have a good season.
Thank you.
Thank you for those interviews. Stay tuned for more videos in the future.